Maple syrup update 2026. Just out here checking some lines at the top of one of my line runs. Got the dog out here. Checking the lines. Some of these we've tapped kind of below the lateral line here, so as you can see, you kind of got to help to get some of the gas out of some of these lines here. You can see it pushing the sap up through. So that means we've got some pretty good vacuum on this line. This is all just natural 5/16 gravity fed lines. So we'll just continue to go down the line and make sure we got no real big air pockets, and show you what the sap's looking like at the container. So just go around checking some buckets here. We're finally getting some good sap flow now. Kind of froze up here a bit last week. As you can see, all the ice in the buckets. But we're finally starting to run now. This one's already 3/4 of the way full. Some good drips going on there. So that's good to see. We'll go ahead, follow the line down. Make sure no branches fell on it. Make sure no chipmunks are chewing at any of the lines. We'll just check the lines, make sure we got no leaks. Usually you can tell because there'll be a bunch of air rushing back into your tap hole there. But as you can see from this bubble moving along, we seem to be doing pretty good here. So I just wiped off a piece of the tubing here, and you can see now the sap, that air bubble is slowly getting pushed down with the sap. Very slowly. So we'll go down, continue checking the lines, making sure everything's level. Just make sure this one's higher than your next tree, and everything should be flowing downhill. We got about a 40-foot drop to our bottom collection tank at the bottom of the hill there. So keep going through the lines here. Just got some trees here for tension. Just checking the line here, making sure it's all filled up with sap. Sometimes you got to make little adjustments and just kind of bring it up a bit on some of these trees. Had a big windstorm come through, a bunch of snow and rain, so it's been pushing them all around, especially once these all get filled up with sap. Might even have to come and retension it a bit, but seems to be doing all right. Looks like this line's completely filled up with sap, so that is good. No air pockets in there. It's all getting pulled downhill. Checking on these ones. So far looking good. Sap is moving slowly. It's the first year doing some of these lines to help with collection. Definitely much easier than the buckets. Especially when you're on a hill like here. You gotta ride the four-wheeler up here, dump all these buckets. Starting to get so many, sometimes you gotta do 2 trips. So it'll fill a 50-gallon pail. So we'll give you guys another update once we're at the bottom at the collection tote. We'll see how she's dripping. So this is another section of line I got going on. Starts at the top of this hill, kind of runs down, comes along to here, and goes back into a small collection pail down there. Not ideal to have it kind of zigzagging. You kind of more want to go straight across, but to capture more trees, I did this, and we're still testing some things out, so we'll see how it goes. This line actually seemed to be running better earlier than my other line with more taps, so a bit interesting there. All these taps look like they're all filled up. We still got about 2 foot of snow here, so it's a bit of a hike sometimes. The lines seem good, no chew marks, no branches down on anything. Check out a couple of these over here. These guys look like they're pretty well full. Let's give them a bit of an air. Some gases in there from the tree. Should all sort itself out. Apparently now you can buy taps that have a removable spout on them, so you can come pop them off. Check for any gas buildup, put them back on. I got a really cheap deal on these spouts, 75% off. I think I paid $5 for 100 of them, so I couldn't say no. Maybe next year we'll try out some of those other spouts. So we're here at the bottom of the second run. Inside here you can kind of see the rate of the flow. Got a pretty steady drip coming in. I do need to cut this piece shorter because it kind of hooks up, which isn't the greatest. So we'll come back and we'll trim that up with a knife, but pretty good flow coming from this one. This is just a 20-gallon garbage can, unused, clean. And we'll go over to our main collection tote over there. Got a couple buckets to check out along the way. I'm gonna figure out where the dog went to. Oh, there she is in the yard. That's good. Come over here. It's actually not too bad to walk on because we got that rain. It's all hardened up the pack, snowpack. Oh yeah, we're just about overflowing on this one. This is a good sugar maple here. Kind of hard to see, but get the line goes across here over to these trees and then crosses. Crosses the path right about there, and then goes down way back there to my tote. So at the bottom of the hill here, this is my one big line that comes from the top of the hill. It comes down around this tree. Check this bucket quick. Not much. Usually these trees take a bit longer to pick up than some of the ones on the hill. Come to our collection tank here. Another peek inside. There it is. Steady drip on this one. Almost a stream. About half of a 55-gallon drum here filled, so I might be able to do a boil this weekend. Probably will, just to boil this stuff down. Looks like most of it's thawed in there. We also got a couple of taps out in the front yard too. I think this year got a total of about 50 out. This big tree here, we got 8 on, going in these little 5-gallon pails. I got 2 kind of per one of these big limbs. There's still that one and that one I could still tap, but I was starting to run out of tubing, so I thought that was good. Fortunately, Hydro had to come down and cut one of these big limbs off that was kind of hanging over the wire there, so we did lose a big one, but we still got lots here. And you can see down there, we also got one hanging off that tree. So that's the update for 2026. Hopefully this weekend we'll be boiling some sap in the garage, aka the Sugar Shack.